Welcome back. Now in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to lay out the star. I'm going to show you how to piece it. So there's a way to lay it out that's the least confusing, because like I said, sometimes it's confusing on how to put these pieces in. And so I'm going to show you the best way to do it so you don't confuse the left and the right pieces. So I'm just going to move these out of the way here for a minute. And I'm going to start with the star, the kite shape. Okay, and you have a picture of it in your template set. You have a picture of how to piece it and a picture how to lay it out. So I'm just going to move that out of the way for now. Okay, so you start with your kite shape and you start with the piece going straight up. So I'm going to start with that piece, and then I just add my pieces all the way around. I lay them down touching, so the corners touch, just like this. They will all fit together, as long as you keep the corners together. There we go. Okay. So if you have to spread them out a little bit, spread them out. Don't worry about this hole in the middle. That's just, the points are cut off. So because the points are cut off, you're going to see this little hole in the middle. But it's going to be gone when we piece it together. So after you have the kites laid out, what you're going to do now is you're going to lay out your triangles. And you're going to lay them out north, south, east, and west. Just like that, pointing to the kites. And then you're going to lay out your squares, and those are going to be pointing to the other kites in between. Okay, now we're ready to put down these left and right pieces. Now you can choose to put whichever ones you want on top, whether you want to use the blue ones or your one color or the other color, but you have to keep the same color around your triangles and around your squares. So because that's why we have a left and a right. So the way you know how to do it is each point has a right angle on it, and this is the right angle. So here's the right angle on your kite. So you want to make sure you keep those right angles together of the kite and the triangle. So that's the left. And I have these, I kept them in two different piles, so I know which is which. And here's the right. Okay, so I'm going to do that first around my triangles. My left, oops, my left and my right. Left and right. And left and right. And I seem to be missing a piece, so I'm going to have to go find that. And then I'm not going to do it while we're videoing here. And then I'm going to do my left and right purple around the squares. So there's my left and right. Okay, again, I'm matching the right angles to the right angles of the square and the right angles of the kite. Left and right. So you'll know if you put it on wrong, because if you put it on without the, can you see how that's wrong? If you put it on without the right angles touching each other, then it just looks wrong, just doesn't fit right. So this one goes on the other side so that I have that nice straight line, those 90-degree angles fit together. Okay, left and right. And where are we at here? Left and right. And I have to find that blue piece. I may have to cut another one if it disappeared. Okay, so that's how you lay it out. The next step we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to sew it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to lay it down on the side of my sewing machine, on the left side of my sewing machine, so that all I have to do is pick up the pieces I'm going to sew and set them back down in the block. That way you won't get confused as to where they go, and it just makes it easier to piece. Once you've gotten used to how to piece this, you can piece it, chain piece it, so you can chain piece one section at a time, one right after the other. But for your first time, you're going to pick up a piece it, then you're going to set it back down in its place. So right now I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to show you how to sew this together.